surgery, but I was never into cooking, into preparing my own food. I just wasn't. So I found a steak subreddit, and it was just all about the preparation, different techniques, people kind of sharing their work, their steaks. I'm gonna wash my hands. Once I got into it, I just kind of latched onto it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna make steak. This is what I'm doing now. Started making steak and started doing it on Fridays on my Instagram stories, and people really liked it. It was just fun. It just felt like connection to people. Like, I wasn't alone, everyone was kind of doing it with me. They'd comment on what I was making, and we were all on this journey together. I'm really just gonna today focus on the steak and the things that I have learned and liked thus far in my steak making journey. So that's what we're doing. I am just preparing a simple ribeye. So much fat. Number one, fat equals flavor, okay? I'm using very simple seasoning. Everyone told me initially when I started in that steak subreddit to just do salt and pepper, but my coworker Ryan, my sweet angel, did get me this last Christmas, St. Elmo's Steakhouse world famous seasoning. I really like it. Montreal is good, but the big chunks get stuck on my cast iron. This one is much thinner, more fine, so I like it. Oh, but before anything, I should set my oven to 250 degrees, no more. 250, we're good. I know there's some differing opinions on how you should defrost. Like, you should defrost in the fridge for 2 days. You should defrost, I don't know. I defrost outside of the fridge if I'm just doing the day, because it's better to cook a steak at room temperature than to cook it cold, if that makes sense. Like, you should let it, even if you do defrost in the refrigerator, you should let it come down to room temperature before throwing it in, because it cooks more evenly. And it keeps from, like, if you cut into a steak and you look at it, if you cook a cold steak, you'll see like a little gray band around the rim of the steak. So that is always what I'm trying to avoid. And mostly because of the steak subredditors. They're not kind. People on Reddit, they do not josh, man. Like, they are intense. And I just want everyone to love me. So I'm like, if I post my steak and it gets negative feedback, I'm like, oh, erase immediately. But they're always looking for that. That's one thing they talk about a lot, is the gray band, if you will. So I season up, I over season just because flavor. It's not even over seasoning, it's just seasoning. Get it in there. Mush, mush, mush. Gosh, I guess it's been almost a year that I've been doing Steak Fridays. And I started with just a regular pan, and then I graduated to a cast iron. Avocado oil is best for that high temp heat and grilling steaks on cast iron. So there's that. So I put a little avocado oil in, and then I'm gonna let it heat up for like 10 minutes. But here's the thing, you have to heat it on like medium heat, but you wanna get it piping hot, because I'm really just going for the sear. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna start heating it up just yet. I'm gonna let my steak sit, because I do wanna make some potatoes, I think, to go on the side. But, what was I talking about? Oh, I wanna make a side. I know this is all about the steak, but I do wanna have a side. But I'm not totally prepared for this one. So let's see what we have. I know I have potatoes. Oh no, you know what I'm gonna do? This I also learned from my steak subreddit, but eating rice as a side to steak, I don't know why this is so like, that's what I meant to do. So mind-blowing to me, but the plain white rice, I just do like jasmine white rice pouches from Trader Joe's, soaks up the juices. It's fantastic. I eat it all day, because I could. but I can't because I don't want to get heart disease or something that happens when you take in too much carbs and red meat, which I love carbs and red meat. God, this world's just trying to keep me down. So yeah, rice. Well, that's easy then. There's that. Do I have a veggie? That is the question. Probably not. Can you see me? I have bell peppers. You guys. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have, stop.
Okay.
The steak gods are truly in my favor. I have mushrooms. Mushrooms, rice, steak. I love steak. I love it so much. I love it so much. Okay. See, here's the thing too. Here's kind of the fun of making steak for me is that like, I've found, and I'm sure like Gordon Ramsay and like other Alex Monacelli would disagree with me, but there's no like exact equation. Like I have to feel it out. Like I have these different equations each time. Like, okay, 2 minutes sear, then 5 minutes in the oven, then 10 minutes rest. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. And it's trying to get that perfect doneness because I am a mid-rare girly. Absolutely not. Medium? Don't talk to me. Well done? I don't know you. I'm looking for that mid-rare. What did I'm still all over the place. I'm so sorry, but I am who I am. So I'm not that sorry. Letting the skillet heat up. Oh, okay, I was talking about what I was gonna do. So yes, finding that equation, 2 minutes each side, render the fat, throw it in the oven for 5, because it's not the thickest. I mean, maybe an inch. You also should let a steak rest for the same time that you cooked it. So if I sear 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, oven for 5, then that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes. So you'd let it rest for 11 minutes. I'm excited. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna do it. And for my birthday most recently, my aunt got me this cutting board. And it says Lauren's Kitchen, established 2023. I almost don't want to use it, but I have to. So we're debuting my personalized cutting board. So I'm just gonna do some veggie prep right now, which is really just mushrooms. And then we'll be done. I'm so sorry about the fan, but it's either the fan or the fire alarm. So, another of my favorite things that I've done or learned with making steak is butter basting. I can't explain what it does to me, but I just feel so fancy. Because you always see, it's like when chefs hold the pan and there's like melted butter and they like scoop and pour and scoop and pour and scoop and pour and there's herbs on top and they're just doing it. I feel so cool. I feel so official. Also, it really does add a lot of moisture and flavor, so there's also that. But mostly about feeling cool. Do I have garlic? I have thyme, so I always put a little thyme in. And I think I do have garlic, so I'll do a couple cloves of garlic. Oh, see, the pan is, I don't think you can see it. Maybe I need to change where you are. But I'll put in a bunch of thyme. Maybe 2 cloves of, it's a big steak, so maybe 3 cloves of garlic. Oh no, is this garlic not good? You know what, we're gonna make it work. Designers, make it work. This is not good garlic, but there are a couple of cloves we can salvage and just like hope for the best. So these are some meaty cloves. I'm gonna do 2 of those and just throw the rest of that away. I'm so sorry, I'm not wasteful. I got butter on my new chopping board. Oh, you know what I would love to have is like the kind of setup where like you could see what I'm doing. We're not there yet, babes, but one day but having fresh garlic just like sitting on the counter in my kitchen makes me feel like an incredibly put together and grown up woman. Like, fresh garlic? Yeah, of course I have it. Savings account? No. Do I know what PERS is? No. But garlic? Yes, that's what I've got. So I put that in a little dish to get ready for the basting. And I'm gonna move you so you can see everything that's happening over here. And hopefully you can hear the sizzle over the fan, because that, a good sizzle, unmatched. I hope you can see everything and hear everything. So you'll know your oil's ready when it moves like water, is what I read. Don't grab this handle without an oven mitt. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. And it's very smoky. Actually, I am gonna open up some windows and doors because it's wild. Prepped and primed for frying time. I love that. Love a little catchphrase. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So 2 minutes each side. It's 5:57. But also that could change because I go from the heart. Okay. 5:57, around 5:59. We'll flipper. See, not my favorite. That wasn't the best. Maybe it wasn't hot enough. Oh, and always use silicone tools on your cast iron. I just really hope it gets, like, it has good crust. It's supposed to be like kind of crispy and have that, not charred, but crust. Really heated. I don't know what I'm saying. I know what I mean, but explaining. Oh, okay, 5:59. Oh, oh, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Those little crispy dark bits. You know what I think I might do is baste now, and then just do all this fat. I might render that out, and then throw it in the oven. So I'm gonna throw in my baste here. So it's that butter, the thyme, the garlic. It's gonna melt a little bit, and then what melts is what I spoon. See, I chopped it up real big, but I'm not great at it, and it always scares me. I'm always convinced I'm going to be, severely burned. Okay. Okay, calm down. See, I really have to, it hurts, but like I'm gonna work through it. Am I burning myself? Yes, but does it look cool? You guys tell me.
No!
No, I need to, okay, just relax. We're cool, we're cool. Jeffrey is a carrying who? Okay, cut off my head in the last clip. But I think it's time. I think I'm gonna take the steak out. I am gonna test internal temp. So for mid-rare, it should be at about 125, 130. Oh, it smells so good. Just, are you kidding me? Okay, 125, 130. Just now remembering that I broke my thermometer. I do have a probe thermometer, but that wouldn't work for our purposes. So you know what? I'm gonna go off of faith. Pure faith. I love you so much. Oh, this is done. Love you so much. I'm gonna let it sit for 11-ish, maybe 12 minutes. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. I mean, and then I do like to let some of the juices kind of sit on top as it rests, just to soak it in. Oh, something else that I like to do is tent my steak when I let it rest. don't think this is totally necessary, but especially since I'm not totally sure it's done, I'm gonna do it just to make sure it cooks it a little bit more. And then I'll be back when I cut into my steak, which is the most spiritual part of this process. That was dramatic, but whatever. While my steak rests, and I'm gonna clean up just a little bit, I'm gonna try to explain what steak means to me. Here's the thing, I've had kind of a tough year, mentally, physically, emotionally, and I really, before having the surgery and before losing weight, I didn't realize I was kind of trapped in my body, and I couldn't do a whole lot. Moving was exhausting and painful, and I didn't find a lot of joy in anything other than eating. And I didn't have a ton of hobbies because I really didn't want to do anything because I was physically just so exhausted and in pain. And so when I started making steak, it became a hobby, of which people would ask me before that, and I'd be like, I don't know, like watching Netflix, which is fine, like there's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, did I get real joy out of it? Not so much, you know. I feel joy when I make steak. I'm gonna cry. See, it makes me emotional. Like, I think I just lived for a really long time not feeling joy and not being very happy or having very much fun, and also feeling that I didn't deserve those things. So having this hobby, something that I genuinely care about, that really makes me happy to do, and it's fun and it's exciting and I can share it with people, it's new, you know, to have those feelings around it. So that's what it means to me. It is important to me, and I do have a steak tattoo, and it's not just because I make steak and like steak and have steak Fridays. It symbolizes, you know, much more of kind of joy re-entering my life after a very long time. And so I love it. Do things that make you happy, that bring you joy. And it's such like a duh kind of concept, but I never did. You know, I kind of just further spiraled into doing things that would then make me feel bad about myself, which would make me feel bad about myself, which it was just this never-ending spiral. And so I love steak. It means a lot to me, and I love making steak. I love what steak symbolizes for me. So enough of that nonsense. Let's cut into this absolutely gorgeous ribeye, because it is nothing if not that. Oh, and to cut into it on this new board. Oh my gosh. If this is completely rare, I'm so sorry. But actually, I'd rather have it be more rare. And the point of letting it rest is to retain those juices, but I feel like they're always slipping out anyway. So I'll ask Reddit when I have the emotional fortitude to handle whatever criticism they have in response to that question. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut into it here. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not as pink as I would like it. I like it pretty more rare than most, but it is not bad. Okay, let me show you. See, again, you can see kind of that chunk of fat. So I'm not really sure how to render fat that's like inside the steak, but this is what we're working with. I don't know if you can see it. I hope so. Not bad. It's tender, it's pink, it's very moist, which again, that word doesn't bother me. So I'll be saying it. Not bad at all. I am going to actually take a bite now, a little taste test from the cap. And, ooh, this looks so, it's when it just falls apart like that. Okay. It's so tender. Flavor simple, but there. Yeah, okay, 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 okay. That's good. I wish wish you could have some of it. It's so good, it's so tender. All right, I'm gonna cut it up a little bit more and then show you some close-ups of my masterpiece. Was it a bit much? It's not bad. I do pre-cut up my steak like a little bit because one of my favorite parts of making steak is then sitting in front of the TV with this delectable meal, watching Chopped, and viciously judging the contestants on that show and all the mistakes they're making. Because I know better, because I prepared perfect steak. That's what I'm gonna do. But thank you. Thank you for joining me for Steak Friday, and I'm gonna go eat. It's so good. I love you. Bye.